we're going to be transitioning over to our first keynote speaker of the evening. So we have Devon Truvel. He is a UCR alumni. He's been very special to the ASP family over the years. He is a game designer, author, and friend of Umoja with over a decade of experience. He inspires scholars and entrepreneurs to connect with their unique genius through powerful stories of Black history. In 2017, Devon created Black Wall Street, the board game, to increase financial literacy and Black history knowledge in a fun way. Since 2017, his dedicated team and his queen, Sinclair, have sold over 8,000 board games worldwide. His motto, remember, relearn, and rebuild. We bring Devon to the stage.
Come on. Listen, leave it up to UCR Legacy of Excellence ceremony to have traditional New Zealand dancers. We had the gospel choir up here, boots on the ground, Kendrick. Right, what else y'all got playing? You don't even know? There's more? Listen, give it up for the entire committee that helped put this thing together. They're doing an amazing job, right? So I have about 20 minutes to speak words that will vibrate in your consciousness, resonate in your melanin, and hopefully impact you for at least the next 20 years of your life. I know it's kind of a lot of pressure, and if you're thinking 20 minutes is a long time, imagine how long it feels standing up, all right? But family, friends, educators, and of course, class of 2025, I'm honored to be here with you in this moment, and I promise just a few corny jokes, some Black history facts, and I guarantee if you stay off TikTok long enough, when I'm done, I will change your perspective on life. When I heard TikTok, I heard a couple people look up. Okay. So first, in many West African traditions, before we start any grand event, and would y'all say today is a grand event? All right. We need to ask permission from the elders. So if you are in this space and you identify as an elder, if you are 60 years and above, you can please stand or raise your hand to be acknowledged and give permission. I see y'all. Let's clap it up for the elders in here. Yeah. There we go, yeah. So, my elders, do we have your permission to continue? Yes, received, thank you. Next, I want to ground us in some shared language. Also coming from West Africa, Ghana to be specific. The word ashe translates to, and so it is, or and so it will be, right? This generation, we might say, yeah, bet, or period, all right? So if you hear something today that you connect with, I want you to say ashe. If you hear something that you want to amplify in your own life, I want you to say, and if you hear something that you've been through yourself, please say. So as I said before, my name is Devon Truvel. I'm the founder of Play Black Wall Street. And about 6 years ago, I was here at this campus, at this graduation, on this very stage delivering a speech. 6 years ago, my message reflected the barriers and challenges I went through as a college student. Barriers and challenges I know for a fact some of y'all have fought through yourself here as well. Working multiple jobs while being a full-time student, ashe. Struggling to pass my organic chemistry class. Struggling to pass stats class. And struggling to be productive at the ABC conference. Oh yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, I see you. It even got so bad that there was a conference that I went to my senior year, and people told me that all I had to do, first off, if they say all you have to do, you know it's either about to be really hard or it's a pyramid scheme. Anyway, they said all you have to do is fly to this conference, interview for some positions, and you can get into grad school and you can get a job. What they didn't know is I didn't have enough money for the conference, the flight, hotel, rent a car, and 3 meals a day. So what I had to do was sit outside that hotel room in my rental car for 3 nights. I would wake up at 6 a.m. every night, go into the hotel room, wet my suit, use the hand dryer to knock out all the wrinkles, wash my face, brush my teeth, don't worry, and then go into that conference with a smile on my face, ready to get a job. Spoiler alert, I didn't get the job. Yo, laugh at me, Dr. Myrick, that's how you feel? Well, spoiler alert, didn't get the job, but like the class of 2025, I'm no stranger to struggle. And that's why today I decided to do a different message. Have y'all heard of the theory of social constructivism? Yes, we got one, right? We got a philosophy major, we got a psychology major. If you haven't heard of it, the key concept of social constructivism is that reality is a social construct. And it's constructed through language, culture, and shared meaning. Perceptions of yourself, time, and reality are all constructed by a social system that we're raised in. In South Africa, in the Zulu language, they call this Ubuntu. I am because you are. And because you are, I am. My message today is that you have the power to control your perception. You have the power to shift your reality, which gives others the power to shift their reality. In other words, if you can change your lens, you can change your life. Think about it. Think about a time you learned something new or someone saw you in a different light and that allowed you to change how you saw yourself. One of those moments for me happened in high school. Before high school, I was often the only black student in class. Can y'all relate? All right. Before high school, I was labeled as a troublemaker, not because I like getting in trouble, but because I love to talk. I see you. And in a Eurocentric classroom, students are supposed to what? Right, shh, or be quiet. Not like UCR Black Grad. Y'all can make as much noise as y'all want to, Ashe? All right. So I would get in trouble. I would get kicked out of class. And when I got home, parents, y'all knew what y'all did. But if you can change your lens, you can change your. I had my first excellent black teacher in high school. And when she saw this talkative young man, she didn't see a troublemaker. She saw a leader. She didn't kick me out of class. Instead, she helped me and my friends start the Black Student Union at our school. And she let us use her classroom as Wakanda. And by the power of the universe, that teacher is actually here today celebrating one of the MCs graduating. So I want to thank Ms. Franklin. Thank you so much for helping change my lens. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. So if you have a friend, a teacher, a sibling, a grandma, a tío, or a partner that helps see you greater than you see yourself, say Ashe. If you are that friend, that teacher, that sibling that sees other people greater than they see themselves, say Ashe. If you can change your lens, you can change your. After changing my lens in high school, I was able to then be the leader, the scholar that I always was. And I went up north to UC Davis, where my lens was changed again by taking my first Black Studies class. Marcus Garvey said, "A people without knowledge of their past, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." And I was ready to earn my roots, y'all. I learned about Black Wall Street for the first time when I was 18 years old. I learned about how O.W. Gurley, who's credited for being the founder of Black Wall Street, purchased 40 acres of land. Imagine this room times 40 in size times 100 in melanin. Ashe? He bought 40 acres of land in northern Tulsa, and for the first time that I can remember inside the classroom, I saw Black bodies doing way more than struggle, doing way more than fight and survive. I saw Black bodies thriving. I saw Black bodies being wealthy, being prosperous. And that changed how I saw myself. They had doctors, lawyers, teachers, pilots, grocery stores, a movie theater, hair salons, all Black owned. And the dollar in Greenwood, AKA Black Wall Street, would circulate in the community for 300 days. There's no internet, no PayPal, no Zelle, no Cash App. 300 days that dollar would circulate. Tulsa's Black Wall Street isn't the only time we've been able to come together and build something great. We are nation builders, we are world builders, but they try to make us forget. They try to make us forget that they burned down the Library of Alexandria in ancient Kemet. They try to make us forget that they kidnapped, enslaved mothers, fathers, doctors, architects, teachers, and explorers. And they hope that we would forget by making it illegal for us to read and write. They made us forget when they burnt down Greenwood, Rosewood, and cut off the water supply in Allensworth, California. And they're still trying to make us forget today by taking artifacts out of Black history museums, banning certain books and Black studies curriculum across the nation, and even trying to take away powerful events like Black graduations all across the nation. But we still remember, Ashe. 5 years ago, after learning about Tulsa's Black Wall Street, and actually while working here at UC Riverside, I created Black Wall Street, the board game, with the intention to help more people remember, relearn, and rebuild. And like they said in the intro, since 2018, with the help of an amazing team and my beautiful, brilliant, boundless queen, we have sold over 8,000 games worldwide, worked with Black employee resource groups from corporations like Google, and I've worked with the Drew and Lauren Holiday Social Impact Fund to get 521 games to every player in the NBA. Thank you. Love, love. Today, we have financial literacy mentorship programs embedded in schools, trying to develop the next generation of community-focused entrepreneurs. And this summer, you and the family are invited to our first inaugural Riverside Black Future Fest, where we will have powerful speakers, African-centered education, hip-hop pedagogy, Afrofuturism, financial literacy, and a Black Wall Street tournament. Love, love, thank you. Oh, DJ with the horns, we see you. So we're doing this because in 2018, economists projected that by the year 2053, calculate how old you would be in 2053. They said by the year 2053, the median Black family wealth would be 0. All right, some of y'all would be 40, 50 years old, possibly having kids. Do y'all think this is true? No. It's not true, because the economists made this prediction before the prosperous, royal, intelligent, excellent class of 2025 graced this stage, Ashe. If you can change your lens, you can change even more than that, when you change your lens, you can change other people's life. When you see yourself as a queen, as a king, as royalty, as a scholar, as an investor, entrepreneur, real estate investor, you give others permission to do the same. And as you walk across this stage today getting your degree, some of y'all being the first in your family to do so, you give the youth that same permission to be great. Just as you stand on the shoulders of greatness, with every day that passes, with every accomplishment that you earn, you become the giants for the next generation. Ashe? I got one more lens change for you. And then this one's critical for the last 3,000 years and for the next 3,000 years of humanity. If you have heard of AI before, clap once. It's become a buzzword today, right? You see it across all social media channels. You see it across all news outlets. There are billion-dollar, even trillion-dollar companies that are built on the genius of AI, and some industry leaders are afraid of the AI takeover. But would you believe me if I told you AI has been around for thousands of years? Would you believe me if I told you AI has been around making mathematical discoveries, mapping the stars of the night sky, and creating world-class architecture? If you can change your lens, you can change your... Not a trick question, what does AI stand for? What does IG stand for? BRB. TTYL. Okay, I see you. So again, remember, social constructivism claims that reality is socially constructed through language, culture, and shared meaning. What if I told you AI didn't stand for artificial intelligence? Instead, it stood for African intelligence. And no matter where you are in the African diaspora, no matter where you come from, your melanin gives you the power to connect directly to the power of AI. from Ghana to Oakland, Nigeria to New York, Cameroon to Compton, Moreno Valley to Mexico, Johannesburg to Jamaica. You have the power to connect to AI. It was African intelligence that taught Pythagoras what a hypotenuse was. Y'all remember, a squared plus b squared equals, all right, y'all pass math, I see y'all. It was African intelligence through the scholars of Kemet and the Dogon tribe of Mali that mapped the night sky, passing down astronomical knowledge without ever using a telescope. And it was African intelligence that built the Great Pyramids, a wonder so great, they think aliens built it. Can y'all imagine being so great, being so intelligent, they think your mind, your capability is outside of this universe? So as you walk across this stage today, don't just accept your degree. I want you to accept your assignment, and I want you to define your identity. You are a lens changer, community builder, scholar, modern-day architect of African intelligence. The ancestors are watching. These children are watching, and history is waiting for you to write your own chapter. Say it with me if you remember. If you can change your lens, you can change your... And if we together can change our lens, class of 2025, we can change the world. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you, class of 2025. Congratulations.